Hello everyone, Eggchen here. In today's video, I wanted to do something a little bit different. I myself look to others for guidance as well, especially when it comes to theory crafting and whatnot. But in that search, I found myself looking for information that is more clear, concise, and easy to use. So today, I will shoot my shot on Crafter Melds for patch 7.05. Without any further ado, let's get started. I always like to begin with the requirements to use this guide properly. For this guide, all you need is the proper set of gear shown here. These can either be crafted yourself or purchased on the market board. And you also need the ability to meld it. To do this, first you need to complete the level 25 side quest, Melding Materia Melding at Central Thanalan at 23.7 by 13.6. It must also be the same level or above the level of the gear that you are attempting to overmeld. For example, you must be level 100 to overmeld a level 100 piece of armor. That's it for requirements. I will show you piece by piece and timestamp them so you can easily navigate through this video. The melds I'll be showing you today are probably the best you can get. There are cheaper ways to do this, but with this meld set, you will have the easiest time crafting, having to use less high quality subcomponents. Real quick, credit to Ash10 for putting the melds together. The melds in this guide are the same ones that he is currently using. I'll put a link in the description so you can check out his channel if you haven't already. Let's get back to it. If this is your first time melding, simply right click the item you want to meld, select the materia, then select meld. If the item can be overmelded and you are wanting to overmeld it, a special window will pop up asking. Just confirm it, and then I also recommend letting it use all available materia to make the attempt. First, let's start with weapons. Both mainhand and offhand are the same, and all crafter weapons and offhands will be the same as well. For slot 1, use a grade 12 command materia. For slot 2, another grade 12 command materia. For slot 3, you will now place a grade 11 command materia. Slot 4 will be another grade 11, and the final slot, slot 5, will be a grade 9 cunning materia. Based on the probability of failure, you will need the following totals for this item. As a note, I will put a grand total at the end of the video for you as well. Here are the total recommendations for this item. Let's go ahead and do the helmet next. For slot 1, use a grade 12 command materia. For slot 2, another grade 12, and slot 3, again another grade 12 command materia. For slot 4, there will be a grade 11 command materia, and for the final slot, use a grade 11 competence materia. Again, here are the total recommendations for the helmet. Onto the chest piece. This will be the exact same as the helmet. Next, let's go ahead and do gloves. For slot 1, use a grade 12 command materia. For slot 2, it'll be the same, and again slot 3. For slot 4 though, we'll use a grade 11 competence materia, and for slot 5, we'll use a grade 11 command materia. And here are the recommendations for the gloves. Onto the legs. Slot 1, let's do a grade 12 command materia. For slot 2, another grade 12 command materia. For slot 3, go ahead and use a grade 12 cunning materia. And for slot 4, use a grade 11 command, and for slot 5, also use a grade 11 command materia. And here are the total recommendations for the legs. And on to the last piece for the left side, the feet. This will be the exact same as the legs. Let's move on to the right side. First up, let's do the rings. Note, both the rings are going to be the exact same. For slot 1, it's a grade 12 command materia. For slot 2, a grade 12 competence materia, and slot 3 will place a grade 11 competence materia, and for slot 4, a grade 7 cunning materia, and for the final slot, a grade 11 competence materia. Again, here are the total recommendations for each ring. Now on to the bracelet. For slot 1, use a grade 12 command materia. For slot 2, another grade 12 command materia, and for slot 3, you'll be using a grade 11 command materia. For slot 4, use a grade 7 cunning materia, and for the final slot, use another grade 7 cunning materia. Here are the total recommendations for the bracelet. Let's go ahead and look at the neck piece now. For slot 1, use a grade 12 command materia, and for slot 2, do the same. For slot 3, you will place a grade 11 command materia, and for slot 4, use a grade 7 cunning materia. And for the final slot, use another grade 7 cunning materia. Here are the total recommendations for the neck piece. Next up is the earring, which will be the exact same as the necklace. Again, for slot 1 and 2, use a grade 12 commanding materia, and for slot 3, use a grade 11 commanding materia, and for slots 4 and 5, use grade 7 cunning materia. And finally, the offhand, which again mimics the main hand. Slot 1 will use a grade 12 commanding materia, and slot 2 will do the same. For slot 3, go ahead and use a grade 11 command materia, and for slot 4, you'll do the same. For slot 5, the last and final slot, use a grade 9 cunning materia. And here are the final totals if you wanted a kind of checklist to go by. Be aware these are just general estimates, and depending on your luck, the amount you actually need may vary. I hope you guys enjoy this format, and if you did, let me know in the comments if you'd like to see maybe combat jobs or gatherers done in the same way. Also, I'm considering doing the macros that go along with these melds as well, but just let me know what you guys think. I want to thank you guys for watching this guide. If you enjoyed this content and would like to see more, consider becoming a channel or Patreon member. Or another free and easy way to help support the channel is just to click like or subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks again guys, and I will see you all next time.